All right, welcome to the end of season podcast for the TPFL Players League Flag Football. My name is Corey Keene. I am your host, coming to you live from KMF Studios. And tonight, to start off, we've got a special guest host, Jason Woolard, is on. We'll get him unmuted here. Get him going. Give me just a second here, guys.
We good?
Yep, we are live. All right, I'm getting you added here real quick.
I still can't figure out my camera.
And all right. We should be able to. Give me a second. All right, yeah, we won't be able to. Oh, you're muted. You're remuted again.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go. All right. So, no visual right now, but we should be able to hear you.
Okay.
If anyone is out there, thanks for hopping on, Mr. Alex Turney. The I like to call him the queen of the D-Hands crew. But no, we had a lot of great action this week in football. I was glad I got out there for the last game of the week, was able to call some of the games. We're going to go over some of those games first. The first game, I got to give it to them. They battled pretty hard, was EG versus NFE. EG came out there, Evil Geniuses came out there with only 7 guys. Had it 0-0 going into the second half. You could definitely tell by the second half they were getting a little gassed and just couldn't finish it off. Ended up losing that game 0-14. Couple of great interceptions from Xavier Rowe out there. I got to give it to the Mankin Ball. It's hard getting a new team. It's hard putting together something, especially when you're trying to play in multiple different leagues, get everyone together. But if they can put something together, and be consistent, they definitely could be a good team down the road. The next game was the unknown versus NFE. That again was a great battle, going back and forth. NFE scored first. Unknown came back and scored again, and that was the only scoring of the game. The rest of the game was completely defensive. But NFE needed that. NFE completely kind of flipped things on their head for the bottom half of the bracket by going 2-0 for the day, and then Unknown getting that one loss. That definitely put a little pressure. I wouldn't say pressure on Pitbulls, but definitely made things more interesting for who was going to get that 4th, 5th, and 6th spot.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. Someone wants to hop on. Let's see. Who wants to come play with us? Let me go here. It's a little easier.
Is it normal to not see the chat? Well, I'll use
so you won't see the chat from your side. The side that you're on. I see the chat from my side as it comes in, because there's also a delay. There's about a 30-second delay.
Yeah.
So I see the chat as it comes on. Yeah, unless you were like actually here on your own camera connected to the OBS, it's hard to see. You can always watch. You can look at it online, and you'll see it. Essentially, as it comes up online is what comes up to me.
Mm.
Just I wouldn't have it with the sound, because that'll screw you up with the delay in the sound.
Yeah.
Where is? Oh, that's right. We're watching. We got that in the background.
Okay, yeah. Then just fill me in with some stuff that's said in the chat. If anything pops up.
See, just so far it's just who wants to come on. Hi, Kathy Clark Schramer. welcome to the podcast. We'll get Turney on. Who Nick wants to come on? Give me a second here. Get some other people. Oh, there we go. Oh. Who do we got there? All right, give me just a second, guys, here. We're going to see who else we can get on. Send out some invites here. All right, well, we're waiting for people to hop on.
What did you say the final score was in that unknown NFE game, right? That was the second game, right?
Yeah, that was 6-8. NFE took that one 6-8. NFE came out, scored right away, and then Unknown came back to score but couldn't get the extra point. And so NFE went 2-0 for that game. They were going in, literally they were essentially 2 losses away from being in the bottom of the bracket. So they beat EGs, which helped them for that. But then, bumped them up to 5th place by getting the win in the last one. Next game, Silent Assassins versus YA. That was a great game. Went back and forth, both games. I will say, it looked definitely at the beginning. It definitely looked like YA was a lot more comfortable. You guys were moving the ball very well up and down the field. Guys got your scores. You guys actually went up. If I'm not mistaken, went up
20-0. Yeah, 20-0.
Yeah, you're up 20-0. And then SA realized, unfortunately, they just woke up a little too late. Came back, made it interesting. Made it 14-20 game, 1 score away. I do have to give an apology and a shout out to Mr. Rishi D. Hands Sanchez for screwing up that interception he got. I will admit, some of your guys' uniforms looked a little similar, and so when he caught that, I didn't realize that he had picked that off, so I do apologize, Richie. But no, that was a great game. Once again, Mr. Alex Turney out there doing his thing. You were out there slinging that ball a little bit too. Here's my one piece of advice, just being from the sides and watching everything up from the booth is, you go for the home runs way too much. You gotta utilize that field, utilize your other receivers, build up for that home run. You try to take the home run shot too many times, and I know we got the players out there that can do it.
To be fair, it was working though.
About 50% of your throws were overthrown or not quite to the guy. So they weren't completely working. They weren't working like they usually do. But once you guys started moving the ball around, then it opened things up. And like I said, it's my unbiased opinion and how I always want to just see good football. At the end of the day, obviously I want my teams to win. But at the end of the day, if it's a good battle back and forth and they're playing good, then in my mind it's a win for everybody. It's a win for the fans. But YA beating SA then made things a lot more interesting for the top 3 spots, because then that put YA into 2nd place, Silent Assassins into 3rd place, with the next game of SA versus Usual Suspects. That one, I think, just SA. They were tired out. I know they were missing the majority of their starters, including their normal QB. The captain of the team was somewhere on vacation, and so they had a lot of guys gone, and you could definitely tell because they're a good team. And it's either their games are either super high scoring or super low scoring. So for them to come out and let Usual Suspects run over them 6-22. Was not usual silent assassins that we've seen the rest of the season. But by Usual Suspects beating them, that essentially locked Usual Suspects into the first place, locked YA in the second place, and Silent Assassins comes in at third place. So once those games were all done, then we get to the last game, which going into at that point, everything was locked in. This was just kind of a rematch from the very first game of the season, which was not a pretty one. Team that I coach, Pitbulls, we definitely came out there not knowing what we were doing, and it definitely showed. We lost 36-0, and came out this time definitely a lot different matchup. We battled. It was back and forth the whole game. Literally, the difference was the extra points. Usual Suspects has a kicker. Guess what they did? They made a couple of extra points. We do not have a kicker, or we do have a kicker, but it would be me, and I'm on IR until August. So we did get one of the extra points, but unfortunately weren't able to get the onside. So, but it was a much better game, 19-22. Kobe out there doing his thing at QB. Brian was the greatest thing we could have picked up at the beginning of the season. So glad that we picked him up. I know he is the huge talk of the league because essentially you throw the ball anywhere near him, it's 90% chance he's coming down with it. I've seen very few times if you get the ball relatively catchable, he's catching it. So let's see what's the chirp going on. Playoffs come unknown taken over. All right.
Who said that?
That's from Duke. Let's see what else. Desmond Douglas is saying he's going to be there for playoffs.
Yeah, we didn't know if they were going to show up this Sunday because I've seen the roster, so I know they got a pretty stacked team.
Yeah,
so
they
we
do
were
have a good
prepared.
team. Like I said, I noticed they were missing a bunch of players too. So
yeah, I mean, I think they had like 11 guys there. We had 14, but we usually have 14 anyways, despite having a 30-man roster.
I will say
So-
the other here's the one thing I did notice though, compared to the rest of the season, is that you guys were taking things a little bit more seriously. You could tell you guys really wanted to get that second spot, because you knew that obviously first place was out of the reach, but
Yeah.
you definitely wanted that second spot to get that bye, and you could tell in your guys' gameplay, you definitely stepped it up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys do in the playoffs. I mean, I know you're still out there having fun because that's your guys' mantra. But yeah, but seeing you guys step it up a little bit, and then seeing everybody step it up in the playoffs is gonna be really fun.
I would say, I mean, yeah, I guess this is definitely the first week that we've. Well, I mean, we've technically taken. We try every single week. We just play out of position, which tends to keep the games a lot more competitive than we like. I guess we like it to be. But yeah, no, we knew at least with the way the standings looked that I think Silent Assassins was like plus 70 or something like that with a point difference. We were plus 20, plus 25. I don't even know what we were. So we knew that we had to run up the score on them. And it started off that way, being up 20-0.
Yeah.
And then once the game finished, what was it, like 20-14 or something like that?
Yeah, it's 2014.
We knew we needed Suspects to beat them in order to secure that second seed in that bye. And I assumed that Suspects was going to win because of how few players that Silent Assassins had. I had a hunch that Suspects was going to pull out that win, and it seemed to be a relatively easy win for them. But yeah, we knew that we had to take this week a little bit more serious. I know I haven't played that much quarterback this season, but I knew, or I guess we all knew, heading into the game that I had to step in there instead of Turney, especially after what he did last week.
Yeah, Turney's. Like I said, I told Turney when I was leaving the field. He's everyone gives him crap. He's definitely been stepping up both on both teams. So
He's playing well.
Shout out to the football midget. I love you, brother. You're doing great out there.
Is he in the chat right now?
You're still my favorite midget.
Is Turney in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's stepping up, especially at wide receiver. I know he was off for 6 months with that injury of his,
Yeah.
with a shoulder surgery. So it's nice to have him back, especially in Northfield and obviously Hanwaye here. Um, but yeah, he's with him playing quarterback. I don't know. He just confuses me. He can be really good, and then he could be absolute just shit.
Yeah.
So, Turney, you confuse me.
So hey, Cato, who do you play for? So here's the thing: is I do
He knows
apologize.
why.
Is he who do you play?
He's on YA.
Oh, is he YA? Okay. So here, I do apologize, guys. I've been playing flag football for about 10, 15 years, but I was retired for about the last 5 years, so I'm coming back to it. There's still some old faces that I remember. That's part of the reason why I'm who I'm playing with, and why I'm able to play on some of the teams. But I'm still learning some of y'all, so I do apologize if I don't know who everyone is and who everyone plays for. So just be known, I'm trying to learn everybody. Hell, I don't even know everyone who's on my team. So both teams, so I'm still learning everyone's name. So I do apologize. It's nothing personal, guys. All right. That being said, the big one that everyone has been waiting for is what the playoffs are going to look like. So, first game of the playoffs is going to be Silent Assassins versus Unknown, and that's going to be an 11 o'clock game. Once again, these games for the playoffs are going to be a little bit later. They got soccer tournaments going on, so we're starting a little bit later. Everyone make sure you bring plenty of water, stay hydrated, especially if you're playing those first games. You're playing 3 games. So that first game, 11 o'clock, Silent Assassins versus Unknown. That's going to be a good one. If all of Silent Assassins show up, we'll see. Let me see. Let me turn this up a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Because I know Unknown's got a good team. I would say their defense is probably their best asset out of everything. I've seen flashes of their offense. Silent Assassins, like I said, they're either super high scoring or super low scoring. So that's going to be a toss-up. I'm going to say if Silent Assassin's entire team shows up, I'm going to say Silent Assassins 19, Unknown 14. So that's my prediction for that. Silent Assassins 19, Unknown 14, if their entire team shows up. Yeah. So the next game after that is going to be Pitbulls versus NFE at 12 o'clock. I could see that one turning. Like I said, it depends. It depends on who shows up. Let me see if I can turn this up a little bit more. Let me crank that up a little bit. All right. Next one, Pitbulls NFE. Yeah, I'm sorry, but NFE's got good players. Pitbulls have had NFE's number in both games. The first game, we beat them. Both times we've scored 3-4 times on them. So I'm going with Pitbulls on that one. I'm saying that's a 24-12 game Pitbulls over NFE. Regardless of who shows up for NFE, they can say what they want. After that, the next game is going to be Usual Suspects, and they are playing the winner of the Pitbulls NFE game. So that's a 1 o'clock game. That's going to be the 1 seed, Usual Suspects versus the winner of Pitbulls NFE. So if my prediction of Pitbulls winning is correct, it's going to be a rematch of last week with the Usual Suspects against Pitbulls. Not giving away any secrets, but I know we are working on some things to help out with getting some of those extra points that we're lacking on. Hey, excuses. Everyone's missing players on any single day. We should have our entire roster there, which will then open up a little bit more things. Maybe Kobe doesn't have to quite run as much, even though he's good when he's running.
If you guys are smart, you'll keep Kobe at quarterback.
Oh, we are. It's Kobe is now our quarterback. That's been decided. So
nothing against Troy or anything like that.
No, and that's the thing is
too quick to not have back.
Yeah,
there.
no, and shout out to Troy. And that's the thing is Troy didn't want to play quarterback. Troy was just filling that position because all love to all of my pit bulls, but he was the only one that we felt confident being back there and can hold down the fort while we were waiting to get someone else in there. So big shout out to Kobe for stepping in. I think that's a huge fill in the gap for that. And then that keeps Brian at wide receiver. We can throw a Troy wide receiver. We got Deshaun coming back. We got Deshaun. We got a couple guys who've been gone the last couple weeks. So really opens up our weapons that we have for offense. And then we were missing a couple of key elements on defense. One towards the end, the last score, honestly, that Usual Suspects got on Pit Bulls. We had some miscommunication. We were trying to get a sub in to get some fresh legs, and for whatever reason, they decided sub meant to run a different type of defense, and that next play they scored on. So we do apologize. So it's going to be a good battle. The next game after that is going to be the YA versus the winner of the Silent Assassins Unknown. Like I said, my prediction was Silent Assassins, so I think it's going to be a rematch again of last week. Silent Assassins and YA. If Silent Assassins' entire team shows up, it's going to be a good battle, but I think YA steps it up a little bit. They actually come a little bit more ready to play. Might throw some people in their correct positions. We'll see. But I'm gonna go YA 24, Silent Assassins 20. I think that it's gonna be a higher scoring game because Silent Assassin's gonna have their entire team there.
Yeah, that's not a bad prediction.
And then 3 o'clock game. 3 o'clock game is going to be the winner of those two games. I don't want to do it because I don't want to be a homer or anything like that. But I have faith in the third game. I think the Pit Bulls are going to pull it out against Usual Suspects. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think Pit Bulls are going to pull it out. I think it's going to be a reverse of the last game. I think it's going to be something around a 24-22, 24-20 game, Pit Bulls. It's going to be like a 3 or 4 point game. I think Pit Bulls are going to take it, which is then it's kind of the matchup that I know YA wants it. I know Pit Bulls want it. The Pit Bulls YA for the championship, I think would honestly be epic. I'm kind of calling for that. I'm calling for a Pit Bulls YA. I'm going on a limb. I'm saying Pit Bulls YA for the championship. And I'm not going to make any prediction other than that. I'm not going to predict who's going to win.
Well, I mean, from my point of view, this is because, I mean, you guys are, when your entire team is there, you guys got Kobe at quarterback. You guys are not bad at all. I know we talk so much shit to you guys on the field, but you guys aren't a bad team. You guys play Team NFE, right? Or that NFE, right?
Yeah, the first game we played Team NFE, but we spanked
them
both. We've spanked them both times we played them.
What's up?
We spanked them both times we played. The first time we didn't have the Kobe, Brian, Troy combo. I think we just had Troy and Brian for the first time we played them. And then the next time we played them, I think was when we had Kobe back there. And we let them. I think we shut them out the first game, and then they scored a couple or something. But they haven't scored much on us. I'm no, like I said, it is nothing. No offense to NFE. I played with a bunch of those guys. I know Jeremy. I started playing with Jeremy. I think when our whole team's there and we're locked in, we got Kobe with Kobe at QB, Brian, Troy, Juice, Deshaun, any of those other guys at wide receiver. And our O-line has gotten way better compared to the first half of the year. We're actually giving our quarterback some time so he has a decision whether he wants to run or throw it.
I think if NFE's entire team shows up, I think they're going to win a close game against you guys, low scoring. And then, I don't know, Suspects confuses me because their offense is weird. I've never seen like a system offense work like they do. Like they're always in that 4 line.
That's the crazy. It's the most simplistic. It is. It's the most simplistic offense, but they run it so flawlessly. That's why it works.
Yeah.
I will say me personally, from a coach's standpoint, I do see ways to kind of minimize what they do. It's just a matter of getting the right people in the right spots to be able to do that, and that's one thing that we're trying to do for pit bulls. We were missing a couple of key elements that would have helped make that difference and maybe slowing them down and moving the ball a little bit. But yeah, there's some of their stuff is so simplistic. But yeah, it's just because they've got the chemistry and they run it flawlessly. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know how their offense operates. I played with Suspects in TFL in the fall and played on their offense, so I know what they run and how they run it. It should be easy to stop. I don't understand. They find a way to put up a lot of points every week, and it confuses me.
All right, we got someone else coming on here.
Oh, it's your boy Duke on here. I didn't even know I was on here, man.
Oh, you good, man? I just saw you hop on, so.
I just wanted to say for people that's downgraded unknown, we got something for that ass. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, that's all you want? Okay.
Everybody taking unknown down first round. That's crazy.
I said it was gonna be close. I didn't say they were just gonna spank you guys. I said, and it was also the premise that Silent Assassin's entire team, they don't have half their team gone on vacation. If their whole team shows up,
I'm telling you, that's what they need. They gonna need their whole team.
Yeah, exactly. If they don't have their whole team, if they don't have their stars, it's gonna be close.
Yeah, we gonna see though. We gonna for sure see.
Hold up, Turney. I'll send you the link.
Oh, Turney's getting on?
Yeah, Turney wants to get on.
Who else on
her? Jason's on right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what Alex Turney wants to chirp about. Let's find out.
You know he just want to talk his shit.
Oh, he does.
I was going to get him to talk my shit, but I ain't even going to do all that. Hey, why I can't see the comments from...
So you won't. So the only way you can see the comments is you have to actually be watching what the live stream or the stream.
Right.
Because you're actually in a separate little room.
Okay, so.
But so yeah. So who do you think? Who do you got going to the? Who do you think's going to the championship? Then, Jason.
I'm gonna say YA, obviously, and then. Oh man, my hunch tells me Suspects just because their offense is weird. I don't think they have a very good defense, but I do think their offense, that system that they got going, works. So especially with their kicker too, like you mentioned, they beat you guys on those extra points.
Yep.
They find a way to put up 8 points, or 16 or 24. I think they'll play Team NFE. I think they're going to win that game. It'll be pretty close though. I think that one will actually be pretty high scoring. I have that being like a 22-16 type of game for Suspects. And then I do have, assuming Silent Assassin's entire team shows up, I do have them beating Unknown. And then, I see our game against SA in the semis to be relatively close. I'm not sure if it's going to be another 20-14 type of game like it was this past Sunday, but I don't know. I know when their entire team shows up, they got a pretty solid defense, so I know it's going to be a lot harder to score than it was this past week. But, we'll have our guys there. I'm not sure how many we'll have, but we'll find a way to get in the end zone. So I expect us to win.
Oh, I'm trying to get Duke's pretty face on there. I don't know why I can't get it. Oh, there it is. So yeah, this Sunday it's gonna be first playoffs of the season for kicking off the spring season. Trying to think what else we got. We are trying some updates on a couple of things that we are trying to do. We are trying to secure the date to make up for the 5-man tournament that is still planning on going on. We are tentatively looking at the first weekend in June. We're just trying to secure a location. Determining whether it's going to still be in West Chicago or if we can't possibly get it going at the College of DuPage. So that is in the works right now. So that is still going to happen. We're still going to have that 5-man. Just a sec. Is he even on here? Nobody wants to listen to you anyway, Turney, so. What else do we got going? Couple of things. I'm trying to think. Some things that were discussed in terms of replays. Going forward, and this has been discussed with the refs as well, for all you captains out there. Replays must be initiated essentially by the captain of the team. If the refs are allowed to confer if they're not quite sure on something, that should be a quick 60-second thing. If they can't make a determination within 6 seconds, call stands. I'm sorry, not this Sunday. Next Sunday, the 19th. I apologize. You got this weekend off, guys. Mother's Day. We're smart. We don't want to piss off all those dads out there that got to cater to their wife. So, yes, the 19th. So, yeah, so the replays. We are going to then. So, yeah, if the captain determines that he wants a call replayed, you get one challenge a game. The refs will confer over the video. They have 2 to 5 minutes. If it is not determined within that time, the call stands. We did have a couple of times over the last few weeks where definitely it took into the game time of the refs trying to get the right call, but definitely took too long. And so we want to make sure that the games are still going. We obviously want the refs to get the right calls, but we also want the integrity of the game to keep going. So we wanted to address that issue. Let me see. If there's anything else exciting in the chat. Summer League. There is a lot of excitement about playing in the Summer League, guys. Please, if you intend on playing in the Summer League, you need to get a deposit in. You need to get those commitments in immediately. We are running the possibility of, if we have enough teams, we're going to run 2 divisions. We're going to run an upper and a lower division. That way, keeping things still equal in amongst the teams that don't necessarily want to or don't think they're ready to play, against the higher caliber teams. Also, it is summertime, so I understand people have lives. They've got vacations, things that they got to do like that. So, if you want to get signed up, you have until the 31st to get your deposit in. The deposit is $100. Simple $100. I know they're saying a lot in the flag football community. So, but yeah, it's $100. Get your team locked in. $100. Get your deposit in. May 31st is when you need to have your full amount in. Yes, I saw, Mike. I'm correcting myself. Maybe if, somebody joined the podcast and was at home playing with themselves. No, I'm just kidding. So deposits in immediately, $100. League fee due by the 31st. Get that money in. We want to know how many teams we're going to have so we can get this thing going. The more teams we have, that just means better divisions we have. and that means more money in the end for everybody. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are. We are a league for the players. We're not here to make money. We're here to create the best possible league that we can. So, yeah, that money that doesn't go back to you guys goes directly back into the league to invest in better cameras, better equipment, better fields, lower league fees, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I think that's going to be – sorry, Mark, we're not going to put you on tonight. We'll definitely have a postseason podcast after the playoffs. It was fun doing the commentary. I will probably be gone most of the summer, guys, because that's when I do my work, because I'm a professional singer. So I'm traveling every weekend performing, so I'm usually sleeping when you guys are playing on Sunday mornings or traveling back from wherever I'm at. I will still be doing the podcast. I will still be keeping up on all of the media stuff. We'll keeping the standings updated, keeping everything going on Facebook, and keeping the social stuff going. But yeah, I think that is it, guys. I want to thank you guys so much. Y'all want to hear Mark talk? Is that what you guys want? You want to hear Marky Mark talk? All right, let me see if I can see if we can get Marky Mark to figure out technology, and we will get him on the podcast so he can say something. Where is Mr. Marky Mark? All right, there he is. We'll get him that link. See if he can figure this out. But yeah, finishing up, going over all of the stats. I will have all of the updated stats for everybody by the end of this week, hopefully. Oh, did he hop on? Oh, there he is. The man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Marky Mark. Mark Weber. Say hi to your fans, Mark. Mark. Say hi, Mark. Riveting conversation we're having right now with Mr. Mark Weber.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, Mark, you're live. He's not muted. He just doesn't realize that he's that he's live. I can hear him. Yeah, okay. Yeah, never mind. I figured that was... No offense, I love you, Mark, but I figured that's how that was going to go. All right, guys, we're going to wrap things... Oh, wait, hold up. As if... Hi, Mark.
There we go.
There, hey, yeah, we heard you the first time.
Oh.
Now everyone's calling to give you crap.
The ones that I want to say, for me being a first-time team owner, where like I've seen it over the years I played, for how we came out the first week compared to where we're at now, I'm happy with that. You know, because we looked like we came out, we were still working on the kinks, but you know, I really haven't seen that with the team to get blown out the first two games, come back and not get blown out for the rest of the season. I'll give credit to that.
No, I completely agree. I can make the testament that when Hey, turn your speaker down, dude. Yeah, because it's getting double audio coming through. So, no, I'll admit, starting because I was supposed to play for the Pitbulls, so I got hurt in the first practice, and then you guys asked me to help coach. After that first week, I didn't know if I was going to come back. I've told that to Nick. I've told a couple of guys, just because of how unorganized we were and it looked. The fact that everybody completely did a 180 and came back week 2 and was like, yeah, no, we don't want to go out like this. We actually want to do something. We want to prove that we're just, not a bunch of, guys who showed up. So the fact that we came out week 2, barely lost to Silent Assassins in the first game and then came back the second game to win, it was huge. So that definitely showed me that, okay, these guys are here. These, again, because, most of our guys on our team have never played flag football. So they're learning the difference between, contact and flag, which there are a lot of differences. You have to learn the different nuances. So it was, essentially like teaching a bunch of old dogs new tricks.
Yeah, and I will admit a lot of them had the football knowledge, but it's different from playing with pads and then flags.
Exactly. But there are differences. Simple thing like if you're in your pads, you run to the ball and you run to the ball like this, and you try to tuck it. Whereas when you're playing a flag, you're better off running with the ball completely extended out as opposed. So there's just the different nuances and the fact that it's full contact. It's not just your regular. It's not your regular flag football. There's the full contact aspect.
Yeah, like I said, I just want to say this. Whatever happens, I wish every team in the tournament, in the playoffs, the best of luck. Just go out there, play your heart out, and try to be ready for see how we could do it. That's all we got to do is go out. It's like as Mike always say, on any given Sunday could happen.
Yep. No, I'm excited to see what Pitbulls do going forward. So.
Like we all lock in for the summer, and a majority of guys are coming back. So, to be honest, we probably won't be recruiting.
Yeah, we've got most of our guys have committed to play for summer that were on the spring roster, and it's just gonna go from there. So I'm excited. All in all, here's the thing: across the board, every team in this league has been competitive. And everyone's had their injuries and everything like that, and their bad days and their good days. So I think across the board, this was a great first season. Definitely, know the teams that are the top teams to beat. We know the teams that got work to do. But it'd definitely be exciting going forward and seeing how the league grows and adding more teams and adding more divisions and things like that, and just watching the talent grow.
I agree. This has probably been the most, out of all the seasons I've played in football, this has probably been the most competitive and fun league.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to get going.
All right. Well, and thank you guys again so much, Mark, for jumping on. Thank you, Jason Willard, for hopping on, being the co-host. I'll be working on your contract going forward.
I do want to say one thing. When we beat YA in the playoffs, I'm gonna get that ring and the bell. So you might wanna get it.
Hey, one step at a time. One step at a time, big guy. We gotta win the first game. We gotta win that first game.
Yeah, I know.
And the second game.
I'll talk to you guys.
All right. Want to thank you guys so much. I think we're slowly getting through all the kinks. We're getting there. Each time we're getting a little bit better. Yeah, good luck to everybody. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Hope everybody gets rested up. I want all those injuries gone. I want the best of the best coming out for that game. There's a good chance I'm going to try to get here to call those games. And if I do, I'm driving back from Iowa because I got a show that night. So I'll be driving back at 2 o'clock in the morning to get back to call you a game. So give me some football to call. I like exciting football. That's what it's all about. That's what we all come out for, is to play some good, exciting football and have some fun. Yeah, it's like I said, Mark needs to learn how to use technology. So, but all right, guys, I want to thank you guys so much from KMF Studios. Players Football Flag League. My name is Corey Keene. Peace out.